In this section, we will talk about the order of operations. When simplifying an expression, always simplify the parentheses first. This means simplify all parentheses, including any parentheses, brackets, and above or below fraction bars. Second, simplify all exponents. Then, working from left to right, perform all multiplications and divisions. Notice that we always work from left to right. Finally, working again from left to right, perform all additions and subtractions. Here's an example. We got 20 minus 5 times 2 squared plus parentheses 18 minus 3 times 4. Let's work through the order of operations. The first step is to simplify all parentheses. Now in the parentheses, we have 18 minus 3 times 4. So even in the parentheses, we must follow the order of operations. So inside just this parentheses, we don't have an additional parentheses. We don't have any exponents. We do have multiplication or division. So going left to right, we would multiply 3 times 4. We would not subtract 18 and 3 because addition and subtraction is after multiplication or division in the order of operations. So we can rewrite this as 20 minus 5 times 2 squared plus the quantity 18 minus 12. Again, in the parentheses, we would multiply before we can add or subtract. Once the multiplication is performed, we can now subtract 18 and 12. So we will rewrite this as 20 minus 5 times 2 squared plus 18 minus 12, which is 6. Okay? Now, after the parentheses is simplified, let's simplify all exponents. We have one exponent, which is 2 squared. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So we will rewrite this as 20 minus 5 times 4 plus 6. We've simplified parentheses, we've simplified exponents. Working from left to right, perform all multiplications and divisions. We do have a multiplication, which is 5 times 4. So working from left to right, we have 20 minus 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 6. Okay, once all the multiplication and division is done, we now work from left to right and perform all addition and subtraction. 20 minus 20 is 0, and 0 plus 6 is 6. So our final answer for this problem will be 6. Okay, let's go through this one more time. In the parentheses, we multiplied first since multiplication comes before addition and subtraction. Then we subtracted 18 minus 12 to get 6. After the parentheses was simplified, we then simplify the exponents, which is 2 squared, and that gave us 4. Once the exponent simplified, now all we have left is multiplication and addition and subtraction. The multiplication must be performed first, so we multiplied 5 and 4 to get 20. Then going left to right, we performed all addition and subtraction. Let's see another example. 32 minus 28 divided by 4 times 3. We don't have any parentheses, we don't have any exponents, we do have multiplication and division. Now remember, when we perform multiplication and division, we must always work from left to right. We got 32 minus, since 28 divided by 4 comes before the multiplication, we must perform that first. 28 divided by 4 is 7 times 3. Now we have a choice. We can either subtract 32 and 7 or multiply 7 and 3. In the order of operations, multiplication is done before subtraction. So 7 times 3 is 21, and 32 minus 21 is 11, which is our final answer. Okay, so first divide, then multiply, finally subtract. Here's another example. 20 divided by 5 plus 4 squared times the quantity, parentheses 13 plus 4 minus 8 minus 2 cubed. It's a long problem, but let's work through it step by step. First, we must simplify all parentheses. So, within the bracket, we have another parentheses. So I'm going to rewrite this as 20 divided by 5 plus 4 squared times quantity 13 plus 4, which is 17, minus 8 minus 2 cubed. Now notice I can't divide, I can't multiply, I can't simplify any exponents until this bracket is simplified. So I will now rewrite this as 20 divided by 5 plus 4 squared times the bracket 17 minus 8, which is 9, minus 2 cubed. The parentheses is now simplified, so I can check that off and go to my next step, which is exponents. We have two different exponents. We have 4 to the second power and 2 to the third power. So again, working from left to right, we have 20 divided by 5 plus 4 squared is 16 times 9 minus 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Now the exponents have been simplified. Now let's go from left to right and perform any multiplication or division. Going left to right, we have 20 divided by 5, which will give us 4, plus 16 times 9, which is 144 minus 8. Now the multiplication and division has been performed. Now going left to right, let's perform any addition or subtraction. 4 plus 144 is 148. 148 minus 8 is 140. So our final answer here is going to be 140. Next, let's evaluate the expression negative x cubed minus 2x squared for x equals to negative 5. When you evaluate an expression, you substitute the value of x into each variable. But remember, when we substitute a value, we always use parentheses. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative parentheses negative 5 to the third power minus 2 times parentheses negative 5 to the second power. Okay, now let's simplify this. In the order of operations, parentheses, we do have parentheses, but they're already simplified. So we're going to check that off and go to the exponents. We do have exponents. We have negative 5 to the third and negative 5 squared. Now this negative sign is going to remain outside because we're still simplifying the exponent. Negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 will be negative 125. Negative 5 squared is negative 5 times negative 5, which is positive 25. Okay, so now we have simplified the exponents. Now let's go left to right and perform any multiplication or division. We have a negative and negative. This is kind of like multiplying a negative times a negative. So this will give us 125. And negative 2 times 25 is 50, so we have minus 50. 125 minus 50 is going to be 75, which will be our final answer. Next, let's simplify the expression 5x minus 3 times the quantity 8x minus 4. Start with multiplication. 8x minus 4 can't be simplified since these are not like terms. Or sorry, let's start with parentheses. That's what I meant to say. Since 8x minus 4 are not like terms, we can't simplify the parentheses. Then let's go to the exponent. We have no exponent, so that's also checked off. Next, going from left to right, let's perform any multiplication or division. We are multiplying negative 3 times the quantity 8x minus 4, so let's go ahead and distribute the negative 3. I'm going to rewrite this as 5x minus 24x plus 12. Next, we will perform any addition or subtraction going from left to right. 5x minus 24x is going to be negative 19x plus 12 will be our simplified answer. Okay, next example. We have negative 8x plus 3 times the quantity x minus 5 plus 27. Parentheses, the x minus 5 cannot be simplified any further because they are not like terms. We have no exponents. We do have multiplication. The 3 is being multiplied to the quantity x minus 5. So we have negative 8x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 plus 27. Now we took care of any multiplication and division. Going left to right, let's perform any addition and subtraction. Negative 8x plus 3x will be negative 5x. Negative 15 plus 27 will be positive 12. So our final answer here will be negative 5x plus 12.